Yo, peace to the family. You know, it's a long waited show. It's Astrology 101. But we ain't gonna hit you hard at one time. You know, it's like feeding, peas and carrots to a baby. We ain't gonna give you the steak and the potatoes just yet, but we're gonna definitely give you the nutrition that you need. And with me, I have my lovely co-host, Sister Yaaris Bey,
Peace and love.
one of the best to ever do it.
Oh.
I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Peace and love, peace and love. Yaaris Bey here, astrologer, um, full time. And so definitely do energy work. I do astrology, natal charts, birth charts, numerology reports, and I also do tarot. So the energy work is important. We also work on the chakras and everything, you guys. And that's also through your natal chart. So it's a lot of information you gain through your reading, and there's a lot of direction that you gain through your reading. A lot of people do want to learn, and so there are baby steps to take to learning the astrology. And some people collect it very quickly because it's a gift for some people. And some people it's still just an intellectual thing and something you can still gain and utilize the information. So I'm always open to share the information. I go live every full moon and every new moon on my Facebook page. And I'm always available. So I do have a schedule and we'll get into that. But I can't wait to share some information with you guys about the astrology. A lot of people ask questions all the time, so we can definitely get into it today. All right.
Yes. And when talking about this, like for one, you said a foreign word to the people. You said natal charts.
Mm-hmm.
We'll definitely touch on that. But I say something that they almost are familiar with is sun signs.
Mm-hmm.
People almost know what their sun sign is. Or put it like this, they never probably heard the term sun sign, but they just call it their zodiac sign because they think that's all to it.
Yeah.
So most people would call whatever sign they are, their zodiac sign, but it's really just the sun sign. So when we're talking about these sun signs, let me see.
Yeah, your sun sign is more so of your ego self. So a lot of times your sun sign is who you think you are or where you put the most energy in and where you have the biggest gift in your life. And so your ascendant and your moon sign is very important, but we're going to definitely just get into your sun sign. That's who people identify with the most, as far as who they really are and what they do the best in their life. So that's why I say that's where your gift is, or that's when, or where the sun shines the most light on you throughout your life. And so that's what you do the most. And that's also a lot of times people's biggest struggle, whatever their sun sign is. So that's why a lot of people identify with their birthday. So a lot of times, but your birth time is important and your location is important because it says a lot about where you were and it measures your life. So all is well.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and, and the first of the sun signs is Aries.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Yep.
probably want to give like just let you tell them a little bit of facts about the sun sign. Like what would you say about an Aries? Just trying to give them a little sample of what an Aries.
Let's Okay. So with Aries, that's the first sign. And that's with tropical astrology. We start at 0 degrees Aries. And so when the sun is in Aries, because this is the ram, this is around the time of the year when the ram is going to the top of this mountain. And this is where they are fighting, a lot of times, or I would say even giving birth. And this is going back to the birth of the ram in the beginning and the first, and this is a fire and things that are initiating because it's an initiating sign. So where you start your fight at, where you initiate, where you get things at, and where you're a self-starter in general, but Aries are naturally best at being in leadership positions because it's the first sign. So I always say they have 11 other signs behind them, so they have to not be shy, they can't be scared. And a lot of times you meet an Aries, they're not shy, they're not scared, and they tend to have a lot of knowledge because they have to, like I say, collect information and disperse it to 11 other signs that are behind them. So that's why we call them the pioneer or the leader of everything. All is well. Mm-hmm.
Hey, and I am a Aries, so I can attest to that. You know, that's my sun sign, I would say. And
Yep.
and following behind the Aries is this beautiful Taurus.
Oh yes. Yes, Taurus is ruled by Venus. Oh, I'm sorry, and Aries is ruled by Mars, so that's why that's the aggressive sign, or I would say the warrior sign. Taurus is the second sign, so Taurus is dealing with beauty, possessions, money, gold, everything that we want. So we call Taurus the king or the queen, or sometimes even the banker of the zodiac, because they're holding the money, they hold the value in your life, and the areas in your life that keep you the most secure. And so Taurus is, like I call it, the seatbelt, and Taurus is what keeps you safe. Like I say, it's your vibration, it's your wisdom, and it's also the money in your life. And so this is what makes you valuable in different areas in life, what makes you feel valuable or feel that of a king or a queen. So this is why a lot of Tauruses can be very picky, you know, and they love quality. And even if they never even understood why, they're naturally inside a king or a queen. They're naturally royalty. So that's all as well with that. There's always a reason why we behave a certain way. Mm-hmm. Let me see here.
Hold on, I'm gonna say if you got these people figured out, even though matter of fact, let me remember, are you a Gemini?
I am a Gemini.
Okay, I was just gonna say, if you got these people figured out, then you know everybody. But you are a Gemini, so if you can help us figure out the Geminis.
The Gemini, I always say in the vehicle of life, the Gemini has been given more than one driver. So that's why the Gemini can go in and out of themselves. And Gemini is always trying to find the gem in self, so the gem in I. And that takes a lot of meditation and studying of the self. So Gemini is the student. And so that's why Geminis are very curious and they're very inquisitive and they love to learn and they can take on a lot at once. They can be multitaskers because, like I say, they have more than one driver. And so they can take turns and one can rest while the other one is working. So that's why a Gemini, even in the argument, a Gemini is nonstop because they have a lot of energy and they can keep going. But even in the good way, a Gemini can be a really good teacher because they're really good students. So Geminis have to figure themselves out, and that's why their biggest thing in life is to be understood, or also to find the understanding first and then to be understood. And once they can be understood, they become the intellectual. They learn how to get their message out. And so this is why Geminis can seem so shifty, or a lot of people call them bipolar, or however. Me, especially being a sun sign Gemini, but you have to learn to figure yourself out, and after a while, you can grasp both energies within one. And that's the duality of a Gemini, which I know all about it. So all is well with that. But that's the duality of the mind as well, because they represent the nervous system. So being able to adjust to different situations.
See, I would never look at Geminis the same. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like you just really messed me up when you said they got two drivers.
Yeah.
And about the Gem and I. Like, that's powerful. You almost made me want to be a bipolar Gemini. Nah, I'm messing with
you got to be able to handle it now.
but we want the people to understand this is just your sun sign, because as we'll probably touch on right after the sun sign, just the lunar sign is your emotion. So these same signs, like let's say if Gemini is your moon sign, then you act more like a Gemini than a sun sign Gemini.
Exactly.
Because it's your emotions that the moon is going to take over. So emotionally, you are a Gemini if that's your moon sign.
Right, and that's where you're most comfortable too. And so your moon sign is what you sound like. So your sun sign can be something else, and your ascendant is what you look like. So you can look like something else, you can really be something else, but you can sound like something else. So a lot of people can guess your sign by either how you look or how you sound, which is your ascendant and your moon. So yeah, most definitely, you can be more of a sign by the ascendant or the moon than by what your actual sun sign is.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. You're so on it. That was excellent.
Tell me about these lovely cancers.
The lovely cancers are very lovely, but not always. But I'm going to get into just the good parts. And that's all of us, all signs. We're going to stick to the positives.
Yeah.
Cancers, very loving, very sweet. The fourth sign. So that goes back to the overall foundation of the chart, of the overall foundation of the zodiac. So that's the mother. That's the home of all the signs. So this is where they gather. This is where they're all comfortable. And so with Cancer, this is why they are the crab. They cling to things. They have a very good memory and they initiate their thoughts and their emotions. So going back to the parasympathetic system of your body, where you feel things and what tells you whether things are right or wrong, which, we call it the parasympathetic system, but really that's your gut, your God, your guide. And this is why Cancer represents the stomach. And so cancers, like I say, can be very comfortable people. They make you comfortable, but they have to be comfortable first and have stability in order to offer that to people. But that is a very great place to be, and that's the core of the zodiac. And so that's why I say when you come across a Cancer, they're going to be very stable or unstable, and you'll know very quick, which one they are, which is, like I say, higher or lower self. But Cancers are amazing, and they help us see, and they help us feel, and they help us trust ourselves. So Cancers do very well with holding on to things. That's why I say they have a great memory. So you can't lie to them, and it's hard to do them wrong. But they're very sentimental, so they hold on to things for that reason as well. Excellent memory about moments and things that took place. So they're very poetic, very beautiful people.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Because I ain't gonna lie. Some of the cancers I know are more like it remind me of Gemini's because like some of them are night and day. Some cancers can be the sweetest individual alive, and some can be like lava.
Well,
You know.
you know what? Yeah, they rule by the moon, so their emotions are ruled by the moon. So their emotions move with the tide. So they are emotional and they do shift very easily with the they're very there is very easily moved. So the littlest thing can make them happy, and the littlest thing can shift their waters and make them sad or mad or mean. So that's why that crab can get crabby on you. And that's why I say an unstable crab will do what? In defensive mode, they'll cling, they'll pinch you. And so crabs can get mean on you, and they will pinch you if they're unsteady and they don't think if they think you mean them harm. So yeah,
Yeah, that was deep.
most definitely. Mm-hmm.
And like this is like the most beautiful sign in the zodiac. Like before I even knew the word zodiac, and all I knew was a horoscope. Like if I could have just chose any sign, I just by looking at it, I wanted to be a Leo. You know.
Oh yes,
So
yes.
so let me learn what I was so interested in about these Leos.
Yes, so the Leo, I call it the superstar of the zodiac because it's ruled by the sun, which is the superstar of the zodiac. It's the superstar. So it shines light on all of us, and it maintains our light. It maintains our growth of the food, of everything. And so we all need Leo to live, survive, and thrive, which we call sometimes the father of the zodiac as well, outside of Capricorn. And so this is the external father because this is a linear energy that comes out to us. And so Leo is a superstar because this is where everybody gets the most light, and that's why we're guided by when the sun is out. So that's why during the day we trust the sun the most, but at night we deal with the moon because the sun, or which is father, he laid down. And so they take different shifts with each other. But so Cancer being ruled by the moon, that's mama, and Leo is sometimes, like I said, daddy is outside of Capricorn. But Leo represents children, fertility, multiplicity. It helps things to grow. Leo helps us to dance. Leo deals with the solar plexus chakra and the heart. So this is dealing with loyalty, faithfulness, very, very regal sign. This is a sign they can easily get what they want because they also deal with the law of attraction. But that's why Leos, I always say your sun sign is the best part of you, but also the worst part of you. So that's why Leos have to be mindful of what they attract into their life. And but a lot of times they don't care because Leos are very brave, and so they have to have a lot of courage with the things that they attract. Sometimes they have to be mindful of their thoughts because they're 60 degrees away from Gemini, which is the thought. And so Leos A lot of times can attract things they didn't really want, they didn't know by accident because they're closest to the sun. So with them being closest to the sun, their thoughts, their expressions, everything they say is the loudest. And so the sun is your microphone. And so Leos, they were born with the microphone. So that's why they're very loud, dramatic people. They're very good actors in a good way and in a bad way because they can act their way out of things. They can be liars. But at the same time, they're very beautiful, very bright people. They no different from when the sun first comes up in the rising. That is the energy of a Leo. You can't wait to be around them, and you're sad to see them leave. Very good, beautiful people. So all is well with them. Yeah.
And I'm sorry to the people who might be listening. I made this video for kids, and for some reason, when you set it up like that, they don't even let you comment. But I see y'all in the building. I appreciate y'all. And we're gonna just continue and finish out for y'all. Let me see. Now we on to Virgo.
All right, most definitely. So Virgo is the sixth sign, and so that six is dealing with innocence. That six is dealing with purity, and so with Virgo, this is the Virgin of the zodiac, and so this is talking about where we're responsible and where we take care of our duties and our responsibilities. And so this is where we disperse our energy properly and evenly, which is why dealing with Virgo, dealing with the Virgin, being very careful, being very methodical. So this is why they're also intellectuals. I also call Virgo the scientists of the zodiac because they measure everything and they have facts for everything and they look at the details of everything. And so this is why we need every sign. Virgo is what keeps us safe, keeps us clean, and they also represent the digestive system. So this is why they break down and help us process information throughout our bodies and they disperse it evenly. And this is why we do this the same way externally, keeps us responsible. Virgo is also what helps us pay the bills to our body and helps us pay the dues to the rest of the signs. So Virgos, like I say, they pay the bills. They're reliable. They're dependable. Your lights are always on around a Virgo. Very beautiful people. They can be too much of a worry wart. They think a lot. Sometimes they think too much, but a lot of times their thoughts are just on time. So that's why they represent the rhythm. They represent the law of rhythm when we talk about the universal laws, because they always maintain a good rhythm. And that's what keeps us alive a lot of times. Because when we release in Virgo, we get to get the faith and the trust and everything in Pisces, which we're going to get into soon. But they have a lot to do with each other, all the signs, because this is our body. So collectively, we're collecting different information through different body systems. So it's just so fantastic how the universe just collects all these numbers and these signs and gives us this information through our bodies, and we all have to align together to get it together. It's so beautiful. But yeah, most definitely Virgo, excellent people, but
Yeah.
they think too much.
And is the Libra balanced or unbalanced? I want to learn about it.
A little bit of both. So, in higher self, Libra, the seventh sign, which is a very divine number, that's what makes them the judge or the lawyer, or I would say the god of the zodiac. So, this is the sign that accommodates everybody, or the mediator, and this is who everybody comes to. They go to God, they go to judge, or they go to a lawyer. And so, this is why I would call Libras the third parties of the zodiac, someone that can make things fair. At lower self, Libras are not always fair. Libras can be one-sided. So when you say balance or unbalanced, it depends on what their relationship with God is like. If they don't have a relationship with God, this makes them very dishonest people. Even if it is a judge or a lawyer, people that you would consider very honest, people you would normally trust. If Libras are not in higher self, the most person you would think you could trust the most are the most one-sided, judgmental people, which normally judge Libras can be very unjudgmental. That goes back to their air sign, and they're right across. They're not far from Gemini, and so they usually can be flexible and be open to everything. But Libras can decide, because they're right across from Aries. If they decide, they can be combative if they want to be, and so they can be on both sides. I would say sometimes be not fair because they take everybody's side and seem very, I would say, they can, like, it comes off, they can be like a betrayers. At the very end of it, though, they're the decorators also of the zodiac, so they can decorate everything, make everything nice, make everything even, and put everything and everybody back to where they were, and everybody still gets fed with the Libra. So all is well. But I would say Libra is right across from Aries, because you got to have war to make peace. You got to have peace to get war. So that's why they're not far from each other, where you have to, you got to fight for your peace sometimes. And so this is why Aries is necessary. There's no anything without anything else. Aries is the law of action, and Libra is the law of unity. So I have to bring action into areas where I want unity and peace. So you have to call your troops sometimes to get the balance you're looking for. So that's why Aries is necessary. But all is well.
And see, I was just about to bring myself up, the Aries, because I'm a fire sign, and being that I'm a fire sign, Scorpio is also a fire sign. It says something about like uh Mars is the god of Scorpio also, or Scorpions.
Right. Well, yeah.
So
With the
that's my attack dog in a sense. So I'm surrounded by Scorpions. Everybody I know is a Scorpio. It's
oh
crazy. Like they got a lot of birthdays coming up real soon.
yeah.
So go ahead and bless them about them.
All right, with Scorpio, it was originally, so I go into both. It was originally a fire sign. It is considered now a water sign. Originally, it was ruled by Mars, so that's why it was considered a fire sign. And that's the original ancient astrology. So you're completely correct. So I'm not correcting you. However, they do consider it to be a water sign now. And the reason why is because they gave that fire and that power over some years ago. They gave that power and fire over to Aries, and so now they have Pluto ruling Scorpio. However, it is still a battle sign. It still does a lot of the same things that Aries does. So let's just say that Mars and Scorpio had a baby, and Mars and Pluto had a baby, I would say, and it came out as Scorpio. But then Mars went and had another baby, and it came out Aries. They're still the same. They act the same. They just have the same parents. They do the same things. And so Scorpio can be a very beautiful sign that's full of control. They love control. You got to think about the scorpion. You got to think about the way they creep up on things. And so Scorpios have very good sight. They can be a very good judge of character because Scorpions like to live. So you got to think about survival. Scorpios love to take things apart and take things completely apart, but they can put things back together the exact same way. So that's why I say they're like the surgeon of the zodiac. But sometimes I call them the investigator of the zodiac because they can see really good and they're very thorough and they don't stop until they get enough. They don't stop until things are complete. And so their phrase is, I complete things. They're completers. And so that goes back to they're the beginning and the original end of the zodiac. So that's why you were not wrong about that. They are the original mist of the waters, even in the Bible, the beginning of the waters, and the darkness is of Scorpio. And so this goes back to the reproductive system and of the womb of the woman. This is why this is a feminine original sign of the zodiac. Very, very powerful sign. When you get on that bad side, this is why the stinger is here, but it takes a long time for that stinger to get there. So that's why they can be very vengeful and they'll get you when you least expect it. And so Scorpios keep their friends close and their enemies way, way closer. So I'm not saying you can't trust them. I'm just saying the closer you are to them, they're either trying to put you back together and heal you, or they do have something behind their back. Scorpios are very watchful. They have really good eyes, very mysterious. I call them sometimes also the undertaker of the zodiac. They know how to bury things very well. They're very secretive, but they're also the ones who can dig things back up very well. So they're the ones who know the ancient secrets. That's why I say they're the original sign. So they have all the ancient secrets. They have all the original work. This Scorpio is of X. And so, the X of the feminine. And so that's why it's deep, 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 deep information, deep within, deep at the bottom of the oceans, I would even say. So you can't go no further than the bottom of a woman. So that's why I say to get this information, a man has to enter a woman to enter these gates, to collect the information here in Scorpio. And then you have to regenerate these things. This is where your children come from. So it's a very powerful place and very fertile place to be. And it's fertile just like Leo, but they challenge each other because Scorpio is a very dark place. Leo is a very bright place. And they challenge each other because it's ruled by
Oh, I think the sister just had the same mistake as me. I had accidentally tapped the wrong button and had backed up out of here. But I am back, and I'm pretty sure she'll be right back to just finish up. We almost there. We can't let y'all not know these last few signs. So just be patient. Miss, and hopefully my sister be right back. I'm sure she enjoying giving y'all this astrological gospel. Yeah, I appreciate my brother Ricky Jean for tapping in. You know, I almost wish I wouldn't have made it just for kids so that the comments could have been readily available. But we'll definitely be doing this like every week, you know, to get people caught up with what a natal chart is, you know, with what